We were waiting for that 3 o'clock Eastern deadline, and now we know the White House is backing down in the fight over press pass belonging to CNN's chief White House correspondent, Jim Acosta. With me now, our chief media correspondent, Brian Stelter. And so, what do you have?
What we have here is a two-page letter from the White House that was sent over to Acosta a few minutes ago, and it confirms that his hard pass, that's the pass that he uses every day to enter the White House, will be restored. That means the White House is voluntarily granting access back to Acosta, whereas back on Friday, it was a court that was forcing the White House to give his pass back temporarily. So we've been in the midst of this 14-day temporary restraining order. There's 11 more days remaining on it as mandated by a judge. There's been back and forth over the weekend where it seemed the White House was once again threatening Acosta, saying that as soon as that temporary restraining order expires, you're going to be out of here again. CNN went back to court this morning, asked the judge for another hearing. But the change here, this backing down as of 3 p.m., is that the White House is saying in this letter that the pass will be restored voluntarily by the administration. Now, there is, of course, a caveat, and I think that the White House wants to string this along, wants to make this a threat that looms over the entire White House press corps. The letter to Acosta says, if you refuse to follow our new rules in the future, we will take action in accordance with the rules set forth above. So what's the new rule? The new rule is one question per reporter at a press conference. You get to ask one question.
Oh, wow.
And, quote, by the discretion of the president or White House officials taking questions, a follow-up may be permitted. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to establish some, kind of ground rules within a press conference setting so that nobody can act out of order. Now, obviously, Brooke, we all remember the days of Sam Donaldson. We all remember the days of Dan Rather. Press conferences with follow-up questions have been going on for as long as there's been press conferences. Yep. But I think the Trump administration here is trying to control the situation, control the narrative, and limit the number of questions that get asked at these events. So for now, the news is Acosta's press pass is back. The White House is backing down. We don't know what's going to happen with the legal fight, but presumably there'll be a settlement at this point. Longer term, though, we might end up back here in the future. Because if the White House is really going to try to enforce these rules, there could be further issues weeks or months or years from now.